Hi, everyone. Welcome into another new episode of Caton's Corner here on CTV. As always, I'm your host, Tom Caton. It's December 1st. Thanksgiving was last week, so I hope everyone had a good holiday and you had a chance to celebrate it however you did. In these times right now, in the era of COVID-19, it is pretty difficult to get together for the holidays. The holiday season is upon us, and COVID is just making that very difficult to get together with loved ones this year. So if that means you have to celebrate together via a Zoom call, that's just how it would have to be. I know that's what I did for Thanksgiving. I had a small gathering, but we FaceTimed some people to say hi and happy Thanksgiving to. Because like I've been saying all season long, please do whatever it takes to stay safe. Vaccines are being developed, so hopefully things can return to normal sometime soon. Even though we've been saying things return to normal for the last 9 months now, ever since this pandemic first started. But as I just keep on saying, just try to remain hopeful. We'll get through this. It's temporary. We'll get through it all. So we students are in our final week of classes here for the fall 2020 semester. Next week is finals week, so we are going to need all the prayers needed. Finals week can be very stressful for some of us. Best of luck to everyone on their finals. We're going to get through this, another finals week, and then we'll get 6 weeks off for winter break. So something to look forward to. So if you did tune into the last episode, which was about 3 weeks ago, I mentioned how today's episode would be very special because of a very special guest I have appearing in a little bit. She's only the most important, recognizable, and powerful person on the campus of Cal U, and that is President Geraldine Jones. She'll be joining us in a little bit. She's going to be here for the entire show. I'm going to talk about her retirement plans, plans for reopening the campus for the spring semester, and more fun things to come. So stay tuned for that. But before we do anything else, let's hop into our favorite segment, Memes of the Week. As you know, just some memes I found while scrolling through social media, and in this time of COVID, quarantine, and staying at home, we find ourselves on social media a lot more than we have in the past. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. When all you want to do is stay at home and watch Christmas movies, but you have to go to work. For anyone that knows me, I live at work. Let's go to the next one. Every mom on Christmas, while you're opening up that gift, they swore they weren't getting you. Yep. That was my mom when I was younger. And we will go to the last one. Congratulations, your electric bill is now higher than your house payment. Fun fact about this picture here. This house, it's in about 5-10 minutes from where I am. This is in Ambridge, PA. Not too far away here from Baden. This is affectionately called the Griswold House. For those who have watched National Lampoon Christmas Vacation, the Griswolds, how they had their house lit up for Christmas. We call this house the Griswold House because every year they go above and beyond for their Christmas display. And so yeah, if you ever find yourself in Ambridge, stop by at the Griswold House. All right, well, those are my special holiday memes of the week. Don't forget, if you ever see a meme you think I should see, please send it to my email, cat7359@calu.edu. But this is the last episode of the fall semester, so save your memes, send them to me for the spring semester. I'll let you know when new episodes come out. But okay, we need to take a commercial break, and when we come back, President Jones will be joining us. Stay tuned, everyone. You're watching Caton's Corner on CTV.
Have you seen the new Cal U Vulcan logo around? Have you wondered where to get gear featuring it? Then go to calvulcans.com and click shop. Log on and browse a full selection of men's shirts, women's shirts, pullovers, hoodies, and more. All items feature customization with the new Cal U Vulcan logo and wordmark. The site also features a full selection of hats, tailgating items, and accessories. Don't be the last person to sport new Cal U Vulcan gear. Go to calvulcans.com today.
Welcome back, everyone. Our first and only guest of the show today really needs no introduction. Everyone at CalU knows who she is. Everyone, please welcome University President Geraldine Jones. Hi, President Jones.
Hello, Thomas. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
Let's say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me today. Also, before we move on, I'd like to thank Kelly Moran for setting up today's interview. Got in touch with her, and that's where we are right now.
It's my pleasure to do this, so thank you.
And so let's begin. So let's briefly talk about the holidays. Thanksgiving was last week. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yes, I did. You know, we had a quiet Thanksgiving, and we had both of our daughters, our two son-in-laws, and our three grandchildren with us, and that was it. You know, because many years we have more extended family members, but we kept it very small this year. But it was very nice.
So that's what we had to do this year. For me, we got my grandma an iPad for Christmas last year, and they stayed home just for safety reasons. And we FaceTimed them, and my grandma, she still isn't quite sure on how to operate her iPad. So it was kind of funny to see her, but it was, even though she only lives down the hill from me, but just for safety reasons. So, and it's probably gonna be the same thing with Christmas and New Year's coming up later this month. COVID's just making it very difficult for us to get together, especially for the holiday season, when it's really time to get together. So talk about your retirement plans. You retire in January, the end of January, I believe?
The end of January, yes.
So what was your decision? Why decide now to retire?
Well, a couple of things, I guess. One, I have a special birthday coming up in the middle of January. January 16th is my birthday. And, you know, so it's out there, doesn't matter. So the age that I am, you know, I'm going to turn 70 at that time. And I'm ready to start that next chapter of my life. We all work all these years so that we can end up having the opportunity to retire. And I have, as I said with you a few minutes ago, I have three wonderful grandchildren, 3-year-old twins, a boy and a girl, and then a 19-year-old granddaughter. So I'll have time to spend more with the family, and for Jeff, my husband, and I, because he retired a few years ago, well, more than a few years ago. And now it's time for he and I to spend some wonderful time together. Not that we haven't, but to do those things we've not been able to do with the kind of schedule that I've had here, because I've loved it. And my other thing was retire when you love the place and where you are. Don't wait until you don't. And I can leave this university with so many wonderful, wonderful memories. And that was always my goal, to retire feeling like that.
And so how long have you been serving as university president?
8 years in this role. 4 of those years were between an acting and an interim. And then in 2016, I became the president. So a total of 8 years, 4 in the interim and 4 as the president. But 8 wonderful, wonderful years. Yes.
So with your retirement coming up, are you saddened by it at all?
I won't say that I'm sad. I'm going to miss this place because I love it. It's been a part of even though I've been president for 8 years, I've been at the university working professionally for 46 years. I was a student at the university, you know, and I started here at the university in 1968. So I have many fond memories of all of these years. So it's not that I'm sad. I've just been blessed and fortunate to have spent the majority of my professional career here at Cal. So I'm not sad, but I'm looking forward to that next phase of life. So it's not sad, but I'm going to miss the place. But it doesn't mean I won't come back.
So I know everyone has, I've asked this question to a lot of people, like students and other professors and staff, but what does CalU mean to you?
What does CalU mean to me? You know, it means a lot. And when I think about that, and it's always about our students, because when I started at the university, I was in student support services. So for me, it's always I've always been able to work with our students and see them succeed. And when you see students coming into the university, leaving here 4 or 6 years, depending on how long it takes them to finish their degree and move on with their lives for a bright future they're going to have. And when I say those things to our students at commencement, that, you know, the world is open to them. So those are the things I'll miss about the university. I love commencement. There's many special things on campus, but commencement, I'm going to miss that. Yes. When you're looking out and you're seeing all the students there in their caps and gowns and knowing that they're going to have a bright future ahead of them, looking and seeing all their family members in the audience there that are cheering them on. And I loved interacting with our students as they came across the stage at commencement, because, you know, they would come across the stage and sometimes their parents would yell out and scream and holler their names, and you'd see the student feeling a little embarrassed. But when they'd get up to me, I said, "You told them not to do that, but I'm so glad they didn't listen to you," because I love that. So I would have so much, fun engaging with the students as they walked across the stage.
And so you were briefly talking about your CalU story, how you were a student back in 1968, you said?
Yes.
And so that means graduated 1972?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then you came back to CalU for graduate school?
I came back for graduate school, and I taught in the public school system before coming back to the university to have this wonderful career. Yes.
And so I personally believe that everyone in life, they try to leave behind some sort of legacy. What do you want your CalU legacy to be?
When you think about it from the university standpoint, in the years that I've been in this role here, some good things that have happened. We now offer doctoral degree programs, that came under this time. We've expanded on, we now have our undergraduate center for undergraduate research and study. But on a personal note for me, what I would like my legacy, part of it to be that, and I think those who know me, I want to believe would agree with that it's all about our students, that I care about our students, the success of our students. And I want to be known as that person who really cared about our students, and not only our students, but our faculty and our staff, because that's what makes this place the great place it is. And I'll make this comment with this, and it kind of ties it in. And I'm a fan of Maya Angelou. And Maya Angelou, one of her quotes was, "People will forget what you did. So all the things that we do, it's there when you're there. People will forget what you said," and they will, "but they'll never forget how you made them feel." And if I can have people remember me for knowing that I truly, truly cared about them, that would be a part of that. Yeah.
That's such a very great and inspiring quote. I know you did say that you do plan on making trips back in the future.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll come back for performances, because the theater department, I always went to the performances because I have a great love of the arts, and our theater department is amazing with Michelle Pageant and her team and the students. I like coming to the performances. I'll bring my grandchildren with me, or Jeff and I will just come. I love athletics, so I'll still come back for athletic events. I would love to come back for, presentations of our, when our students have their honors presentations or different things that they are doing. And anytime I'm invited, I'll be back. Absolutely. Yes.
You mentioned athletics. I remember when we had to go up to New Hampshire last year for the one football game. I was up there helping film. I look out the window, I'm like, oh, look, there's President Jones. And I think we had to get a shot of you, because it was, I believe, a 12-hour ride from Cal up to there. It was a very fun trip, but just to see how much you are involved with the campus, it's amazing to see that.
And you're right. And when I knew they were going to New Hampshire for that, and I told Jeff, my husband, I said, we should go to that game. So, we went on our own, and And Gary Dunn, the football coach, he said, I'm going to tell you where we're going to stay in case you want to stay, at the same hotel. And I said, no, we're going to stay at a different hotel. We're going to be at the game, and I want to see you all, but you all should have your privacy at your hotel. So we check in. I have to tell you the story. So we check in at the hotel, and there's other people checking in at that time. And of course, I had my Cal gear on. And so a husband and wife who were checking in, they said, oh, are you with the football team that is outside? They're the best, group of players and students, everyone. And I said, no, I don't think so, because I thought we were at a different hotel. So she was saying all these wonderful things about that. I said, well, isn't that nice? Well, we go up to our room and we go to open up our door. Who do I see right across the hall from me but Coach Dunn and Melissa and Sydney? We ended up at the same hotel because the hotel they were to stay in got changed, and they ended up in our hotel. So it was great having that opportunity to interact with our players in the hotel lobby and have lots of fun, with them, and then being at the game, and then we won that game. But it's just a great, it's just a great place, and I love traveling with the team. And and when I go to the games at home, the thing I would always do with the football team, being the first female president at the university here, after the first, and I did it with the other teams too, but after my very first football game, and they won. So I went into the locker room and I cheered them on, and they showed me how to do their one row, and they put me in the huddle there, and I went to the locker room, and so that was good. And then I said, I won't go, again. And then I said, I need to go into the locker room after their first loss. So I went into the locker room after their first loss and, cheered them up as well. And then I left them alone and didn't go back to the locker room. But it was just the way to interact with our students. And I love that our basketball team, our women's basketball team, I traveled with them when they won the national championship. And we flew out to Sioux Falls. And in my office, I still have that photo that the basketball team did of me, one of the players. And it says, Cal U's, basketball's #1 fan. And I love being known as that #1 fan of athletics. And I could go on and on about all of our teams, but we can't use the whole interview for that. But with all of our athletic teams, they're the best, and the students are the best, because not only are they representing their university on and off they're representing their university on the court, on the field, but also in the classroom. And they're all standout athletes in all kinds of ways, and I love that.
We could do a part 2 interview. That's no big deal.
Okay.
But we will take a quick commercial break. We're only halfway through our conversation.
Okay.
President Jones will be here for the entire show, so don't go anywhere. You are watching Caton's Corner on CUTV.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way, because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at CalU. Visit us at calu.edu.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm still joined by University President, Miss Geraldine Jones. So we left off in the middle of our talk, so let's pick back up on that. So January 30th next year, I believe, is when your retirement takes effect.
The end of January, yes. The end of January is when I leave, yes.
And so I know talked a little bit in an email, but a new candidate has been chosen to step in as the university president.
Yes, and so there's going to be an interim president, and that's Bob Thorne, and he is currently our vice president for administration and finance at the university, and I have every confidence in him really do wonderful things while he is in that interim role as president of our university. Yes.
And so then we have confidence. It's just a little sad for me. Is like maybe if there will be commencement in May, because that's when I plan to graduate. Maybe we can get you to come back and for a visit.
I would love to do that, but that'll be under the next administration. But I would love to do that. As I said, that's one of my one of many special things that I have done here at the university. Yes.
And speaking of commencement, I know December commencement was postponed again because of COVID, unfortunately. So does that mean it will be pushed back to May if we are able to have an in-person ceremony?
We're working, when I have cabinet, and with our events coordinator, we spend much time talking and discussing how to really recognize the graduating class of May of 2020, as well as the December class of 2020. And then with our, hopefully, May class of 2021, to celebrate that very special time, not only in the lives of the students, but for their family and loved ones as well. So we're hoping we will be able to make it special for everyone. Yes.
And so I know about a month ago, an email was sent out describing the plans for reopening for the spring semester. Are those plans still going to be followed through?
We are still working on those plans and developing our plans, and we have every intention on reopening for the spring semester. So we're hopeful that the virus, the spread doesn't prevent us changing our plans, but we want to make sure that the health and safety of our students, our faculty, and our staff and others, that's always our first thought there. But we're putting things in place so that we can open for the spring semester. And we're going to do it if at all possible, unless things beyond our control change that. But our plan is to reopen. Absolutely. Yes.
That's good news to hear. I know I told my mom about it when the email came out, and I said, I love you all so much, but if I can get out of the house for next semester, I'm going to get out of the house. I've been home since March, and I was like, I love you all, but I need a break.
and I know, and I understand that. And you know what? And many, if not most of our students want to return back. And then, there are some of our students that I hear from that are saying, if I don't feel comfortable coming back, will I still be able to take, will they still be able to take their classes remotely or online? And we will accommodate those students too, because this is an unprecedented time. And so we want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable with what those decisions are going to be. But we're going to reopen. As I told you before, I have a 19-year-old granddaughter. She turned 19 last month in November. And she's been at home because of that, and she can't wait. It was an exciting time for her to start off and go to college, and that all had to be changed as well. So I understand what it's like for the students who want to be here. So it's not something that we took very lightly, but everyone at this university, everything and the decisions we made was all about the health and safety of everyone. Yeah.
I know I keep telling myself a lot just for right now, even though these are uncertain times. I try my best to remain hopeful. Hopefully everyone else does too. And I know it's more like a waiting game. I said we'll just have to see what happens. And it's good to hear that as of right now,
yes,
plans to move back for the spring semester could still be possible.
Oh, absolutely. And as I tell everyone, this is all temporary. This too shall pass. We don't have an end date for it, but it's getting better. And I'm excited about, the vaccine that they are talking about. So if that vaccine becomes, available and individuals get vaccinated, that really helps things. So yes.
Yes, definitely. So I've asked this to some people too. Do you think this pandemic has taught us anything in any way?
Yes, and I like that you asked that question, because we always need, out of any situation, we can find good. And there's good that will come out of this. It's hard to understand because for the many, many individuals who lost loved ones and individuals who lost their life to that, that's a little more difficult to, to understand. But it's teaching us, and it's taught us how to be resilient. It's taught us that we can get through those tough times, and it will have an end. It will have an end to it, and people are helping individuals. And when you think of the healthcare workers out there, and those individuals who are putting their lives on the line every day to help someone else, it just again speaks to the great country that we have here. We've lost many lives for sure, and one life is too many. But there are those special heroes out there that are really helping to get us through this time. And when you see it on the news and you see those good people, that's what gives you good feelings about, we know we can get through this.
So it kind of leads into the question, what do you hope for about not only like the future in general with this, but maybe about the future of CalU too?
CalU has a bright future. We've been going for 168 years strong, and we're going to continue doing that. And here's good things that are happening on the horizon, so that this university will always be here. It's a wonderful university. We have wonderful alumni. We're recruiting and bringing new students in that will also be able to go out and make a difference in the world, having earned a degree from CalU. So this is a great place, and it's going to be here. And I will be able to, take a step back and watch and observe from afar to see the good things that will happen.
And a quick side story, when I came to Cal in the fall of 2017, and my one cousin, it's like the first Thanksgiving, everyone's like, oh, how's college and all that. And it's like, where'd you go again? I'm like, Cal U of PA. And I had no idea, but she went to Cal back, I think she graduated back in the 1980s, late 1980s, when I think it was California State College,
yes,
I believe, at the time.
California State College when I was a student, yes.
And so she was just telling me that, like, even back then, I was like, the campus was very nice. And she said, now even today, it was even more beautiful than it was when she was attending school there. But just to know that for me, CalU runs in the family a little bit. I was glad to hear that. So I was like, it's a great school. But at first, when I would tell people, it's like, oh, I go to California University. And he's like, you go all the way out to California? I'm like, yep. I was like, I was like, yep, California, Pennsylvania.
Yes. When you say that, it was making me think, as the president, I travel to a lot of alumni events, and it takes me to different parts of the country. And with Tony Morrow and the Division of Development and Alumni Relations, since I've been in this role, we started doing an alumni event in Florida each year at the spring training games at Bradenton, because we have a large number of individuals who have either moved to Florida through retirement, or they've moved to Florida for work and all of that. So we have that event. And each year at the stadium at Bradenton, we have a picnic area prior to the game. So we have alumni who either now stay in Florida a little longer if they're the snowbirds, or we have some who are living there, and they'll travel from all around, Florida for the event. And at the picnic area, there's always a sign that says California University of Pennsylvania there. And, so those who've already purchased their ticket through us and, for the picnic area. And each year that we've been there, there are individuals who have not necessarily stayed connected with the university, but they will see our sign and they'll come up and say, California University of Pennsylvania, I went there. Is this the California? And I says, absolutely. And then we'll invite them into that. And then they get reconnected in that way. And it's amazing. And the reason I bring that up, because you were saying, California University of Pennsylvania, and some may think it's in the state, but it never fails that we see our alumni everywhere we go, and they're excited about that. And then I'll have to tell you another quick story. My son-in-law, his aunt and uncle, and they're also his godparents, they live in Philadelphia. And here's this quick story that I'll tell you. So we invited them the one year, so because they live in Florida, so they came to the event, and so we went to dinner afterwards. But then what I want to share, so that evening she was talking with her best friend who also lives in the Florida area, and she told her what she had done. She'd gone to the game with us. She said, I graduated from Cal, but they had never talked about their universities that they had gone to. So she called to tell me, guess what? My friend that I didn't know went to Cal. So the next year we invited them and they came to the game. The end of the story, and the fun end of the story is, and she said she probably wouldn't know anyone there. And what happened, not only did she find someone there, she found somebody attended the game that she had dated when she was in college at that time. And they saw one another there. I mean, it just tells you how widespread Cal U alumni are all over the place. We are everywhere. We are, as a football team and others say, Vulcan Nation.
I love that story. All right. Well, we need to take another commercial break, and I know when we come back, I have time to squeeze in a game. It's one of my favorite games to play here.
Okay.
So I think you're going to love it. You're going to love it. It'll be fun. So, okay, we will be right back, still with President Jones. Stay tuned, everyone. You're watching Caton's Corner on CUTV.
Have you seen the new Cal U Vulcan logo around? Have you wondered where to get gear featuring it? Then go to calvulcans.com and click shop. Log on and browse a full selection of men's shirts, women's shirts, pullovers, hoodies, and more. All items feature customization with the new Cal U Vulcan logo and wordmark. The site also features a full selection of hats, tailgating items, and accessories. Don't be the last person to sport new Cal U Vulcan gear. Go to calvulcans.com today.
All right, welcome back, everyone. If I'm going to say this on there, if you can hear my dog barking in the background, I apologize for that.
Oh, no, I love that. Yes.
He's a border collie, so he's pretty protective of everything. So, like on Thanksgiving, we'll watch the dog show that they have every year on Thanksgiving, and we love seeing the border collie on the TV, and we try to point it out to him, like, oh, Borla, look, there's you on the TV. But he thinks we're talking about dogs outside, and he goes to run to look out the window. But so be able to squeeze in a game here. This is a classic game I like to play.
Okay.
I call it Tom's Burning Questions. You can see by my card.
Oh, okay.
So these are just random rapid fire questions to ask. And just have to think of the first answer. Answer honestly, the first one that comes to mind. And I was probably making this card last night. I spent at least a half hour just making the card.
Looks good.
I was saying to myself, these questions are so hot, the card's on fire. All right, I'll play along too. I thought of some answers. So the first one, if you had a perfume or cologne named after you, what would it be called?
Oh, darn. If I had a perfume or cologne named after me. Geez. That's a tough one. Let's see. Exotica. I just make it up.
I know for me, I said sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Because for anyone that knows me, especially CTV, for how sarcastic I can be at times, but it's good sarcasm though, most of the time. All right, if you could only watch one reality TV show for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One reality TV show for the rest of my life. A reality TV show. Oh. Geez. These are tough kinds of questions. So let's see, because I don't get to watch a lot of TV. But let's see. One that I try to watch occasionally is the 90-Day Fiance.
Yes, that was my answer too. My mom got me hooked on that. I never really watched it until I watched one episode with her. I was like, I can't believe some of the things that go on, and it's entertaining to watch.
Yes, it is. Yes, yes.
And probably another one I know, I'd say The Masked Singer. I watch that a lot. I love seeing. I love trying to guess, and then I'm wrong every time.
Well, I also enjoy
Celebrities.
watching, and I enjoy watching The Voice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and it's a good one when you see that wonderful talent. Yes, in fact, we were watching it last evening.
All right, next one. What's the best thing to do on a rainy day?
The best thing to do on a rainy day is to Jeff and I on a rainy day, we will just make a nice a dinner, enjoy a nice glass of wine, and just enjoy being indoors and looking outside and watching the rain and being glad that we're not out in it.
I need to come over to your house. I just stay in bed all day. Next rainy day, we'll make plans.
Okay.
So, all right, finish this sentence. I wish I wasn't scared to blank.
I wish I wasn't scared to bungee jump. Yeah, but I don't like heights, so I wish I wasn't afraid to do that.
I agree with that. I know for me, I wish I wasn't scared to try new foods. I'm very picky. I'll eat macaroni and cheese for the rest of my life. I remember when I was younger, my mom, she was like trying to show us new foods. I can't remember how old I was. I think maybe 5 or 6. And she served me salmon, but she was calling it ham bites. And it goes, here's some ham bites, and I thought it was ham, and so I ate it. She said that I really liked it. I love salmon now too, but it was just funny. I was like, ham bites, and it's really salmon. When she told me the story at first, I was a little disgusted. I was like, what else have I been lied about?
So do you still enjoy and eat salmon?
Yep, I love.
Oh, well, it was very good. Yes, Mom knew what she was doing.
All right, next one. What do you spend too much money on?
What do I spend too much money on? I don't think I spend too much money on anything, but I love spending money on our grandchildren. But I don't think it's spending too much money. And I love that one commercial that shows the grandparents coming back with their granddaughter after a day of activities with a big stuffed animal and all of those things. And the parents say, don't you think you overdid it? And they said, overdid what? And that's me. So I would have to answer it by, I don't think I spend too much money on my grandkids.
I know for anyone that knows me, especially my family, I have a lot of designer clothes and accessories. I spend way too much money on that. I've spent $200 on a pair of shoes alone.
Well, I enjoy clothes and I like that, but you know what? When I was a college student here and there was a bigger downtown area, I worked in a department store. It's called Abramson's, and I worked there. And I learned early on, he said even when he had sales, he still made money. And the lesson I learned from that was to this day, I can still not buy things unless it's on sale.
That's me now.
It's not for me to pay the rent. So I wait, I'll find things I like, but when it goes on sale, I'll buy it.
And then last one, since we both have dogs, when you're alone, what do you talk to your dog about?
When I'm alone, what do I talk to my dog about? Well, yeah, we do have, he really likes me, but he likes me because I'm always giving him the food from the table. So it's always like, can you just allow me to enjoy my meal without having to share it with you? So I'm always telling him, let me enjoy my meal. You've already eaten. So.
I know my dog and I will talk about just about anything, how my day went, the weather, TV, anything. I'm still waiting for him to talk back to me, but that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, he knows all of our moods. Yes, he knows.
Same thing with my dog. I know when I'm getting ready to go to work, I have my car keys on a lanyard, and he will hear me accidentally shake the lanyard with my keys, and he comes running up to me thinking it's time for him to come along for the ride. And it's funny, it's when I get my car keys, or my mom gets her purse, or my dad, he clips his phone on the side of his belt. Any of those, he thinks it's time to go somewhere. And he'll run over to the closet where the leash is at, like, all right, where are we going?
And Ali, our dog, he's got great hearing, as we know dogs do. And when I get in bed at night, I like to take a snack up, and sometimes it's just a bag of chips or something. And I try to open them under the bed so he won't hear me opening, so I can have them myself. He hears it and he comes running. So no matter what I have, and then I have to end up sharing my my chips or my cookies or whatever I'm having. Yes.
That's the same thing with my dog. All right, well, that's how you play Tom's and Brendan questions. Normally, I always win every game because it's my show, but President Jones, I will announce you as today's winner. Oh, send your trophy in the mail.
All right.
But that does conclude this episode of Caton's Corner. Again, thank you so much, President Jones, for joining me today. If I am back in the studio for the spring semester, I'm going to have to invite you back for a visit. So
I would love to. Then I can catch you up and let you know how my retirement is going. But this has been fun. I have enjoyed, Thomas. This has been very nice.
Thank you so much. Also, thank you again to Kelly Moran for setting up today's interview. And there goes my dog again in the background. And always a big thank you goes out to Gary Smith, director. Couldn't do this without him. This was the last episode for the fall semester. I'll return with new episodes for the spring semester. That'll happen sometime February 2021. So it's in about 2 months. It'll be here before we know it. Look how fast the spring semester went. Not spring. Look how fast the fall semester went by. I felt like yesterday it was just the first day, and now it's the last 2 weeks. It's crazy. But we'll announce when new shows come out for CTV and on our YouTube page, CTV Sports 1. President Jones, hopefully you have a nice holiday season. Everyone out there has a safe and happy holiday season. And maybe when we return from winter break, maybe things will start to go back to normal. But as I just keep on saying, stay hopeful.
Yes.
I can pretty much say for it.
Yes, and to everyone, stay safe, be healthy, and stay well. Okay.
Wear a mask. Continue this. Like you said, this is temporary. Hopefully, can all be back in person sometime soon.
And here's my mask. One stays on my desk for when I walk down the hall. One's in, we have them in we have them in the cars. We're never without a mask, and it is so important. And as they all say, it saves lives.
Same thing. Yes. I went with the black because it matches all my outfits.
Well, I have many masks. And all of our students, when they return, are going to have the CalU mask. So we want everyone to wear a mask when they are here. Yes.
Like you said,
to protect everyone. Yes.
Like you said, this is temporary. It will hopefully be over sometime soon, but just for the time being, do what you can to stay safe, keep yourself safe, and keep others safe. I know we're probably a little tired. It's because it's been almost 9 months now since this pandemic, but we just need to do what we can to stay safe. That's all we can say right now.
Yes.
But until next time, again, President Jones, thank you so much for being here today. We can get you back on another episode in the future. And like I said, I graduate next May. That's if Gary allows that. He might hold back my diploma. We'll have to see.
Gary's shaking his head. No, he's going to keep you here longer. Yes.
But so until next time, I'll see everyone later. And as always, in the words of Ellen DeGeneres, be kind to one another. Bye, everyone.
Yes. Bye-bye.